IPOs are still active. There's been about a dozen SPAC IPOs year to date. They seem more popular than traditional IPOs. Our fund has participated in the majority of those IPOs. So we're still buying these. We're still active. They're still very attractive. And business combinations are still being announced. So it's just that we went from like backwater to front page news. It'll probably go to backwater again. It's certainly probably still way oversupplied. But in the future, we'll reach a point where the market's balanced and things will kind of get back to where they were in terms of the SPAC market. And that's probably, maybe 50 SPACs outstanding. So it still has a long way to go.
Yeah,
$5,200.
I love how you actually mentioned if it's probably overpriced, there's probably an opportunity there. And you've certainly found those opportunities. SPACs can be very smart. And I love the yield, how you calculate the yield. There's the income of the T-bills, which is about 4.5%, and also the discount to NAV. And I want to mention this, and I know you agree with this one. There's a higher interest rates is a double-edged sword. I mean, or I don't know if that's the right term. It works both ways. So when I get a loan, I'm going to be paying higher, but at the same time, my money in these money markets is getting a higher return than it was, 2 years, a year ago, or so forth. So these SPACs now are getting income from these T-bills. And so at about 4.5%. So you're getting, like you said, that 6 to 10% yield. I mean, it's almost like, oh my gosh, like, why didn't everyone think of this? It's so obvious and so smart of you to go when people are looking the other way, you say, there's an opportunity here, and you found it. And then I love that substantial upside that we talk about, like you said, with Space, SPCE with Virgin Galactic, and then Lucid Motors. You actually mentioned that in your article. There was Shamat's SoFi, there was that Sniper, there was Tortoise, let's see, Nikola, and Clover, Bark, Hims, Open. And I was invested in so many of these. I was a SPAC trader back in that time period. Fisker was another one. It was SPAQ. I remember that company. And then you had, was it Ride Now? And there's all those EVs. There was a big EV craze. Are you seeing a substantial upside in this market like we had back then? Or is it much, much less?
No, there's like that upside optionality. We went from every deal having this, SPAC pop where it trades way above NAV to like none. The sentiment's too bad. And we're still in like an equity bear market. So we have yet to see that return, and there's just too many SPACs outstanding. So is it dead forever? No. It'll come back at some point. When that does, who knows? What we are seeing is that SPACs go through the key aspect of the low risk nature of them, as long as you buy them at the right price, i.e. below NAV, is either whenever they want to do something like merge with the target, they put it up to a shareholder vote. And on that vote, they allow you to redeem your shares for the $10 plus accrued interest, which is, one generator of return. And with that, some of them have had very high redemption rates. And that creates these low float situations where some retail speculators come in and bid them up. So we have seen that dynamic, although we're not involved in that at all. It's just kind of a weird quirk of the market that's happening. But, those SPAC pops like you saw on like Churchill Lucid or Digital World and Trump's.
DWAC.
I don't think we'll see those again, but, at some point, or in the current market environment, sentiment's really poor, so we're effectively seeing the baby get thrown out the bathwater. However, in a better market environment with a less oversupplied SPAC market, we will see the market begin to discern between the good and the bad deals, and the good deals will once again trade up.
Yeah, great, thanks. Now, are you noticing that although we have less deals, that they tend to be better deals? Are you noticing that phenomenon? Because we had that huge increase in 2021, early 2021, and there were a lot of not so great ones. Are you noticing less is getting better?
No, I'd actually say the opposite. It seems to be getting worse because many SPACs launched in the spring of 2021 with a 2-year deadline. So many sponsors are kind of scrambling to get any deal done before they have to liquidate without a deal. So you're seeing some desperation moves. With that, some really low quality deals being announced, but not all of them. We are seeing some very interesting transactions being announced, and in my opinion, some very attractive ones. However, unfortunately, still seeing quite a few very low quality business combinations announced as well. So it's a mix.
Interesting. A mix. A lot of mixes out there, but definitely have that downside protection combined with the upside optionality. So very smart. I love that. ARB.